Hello and welcome to another day for our challenge. And today we have two sentences that start off with a simple, and then, as you could tell, in the second one, we have another comma, indicating that we may have a clause. Remember, yesterday's challenge revealed of two very simple sentences put together, made up of a subject and predicate construction, and they typically do not start with adverbs. Today, we're going to see a really awesome contrast between what a simple sentence looks like and what a clause looks like. So, as always, we are going to start off with dividing out our sentences based on punctuation. So we have a dash, okay, right here, and we got a period right here. We also have a comma right here. Okay, so we got a lot more parts to our sentence. Now, note, I am not yet reading the entire sentence out loud to myself. I'm pretty much just looking at punctuations, and I really want you to start thinking this way as well, especially when you're proofreading your essays. Because once you divide it out visually, or even if you want to do the same thing we're doing here, drawing lines, that's great. Once you divide out those ideas based on punctuation and you read them section by section, you start to realize, oh, wait a second, I have two subjects here, I have two predicates here, I need to divide that out. So you catch yourself making a mistake, and you can fix it right away. And as you go, as you do this more and more in your writing, you will start to think that way. You will automatically realize, hey, I'm finished with this sentence, moving on to another one, and I need a punctuation. So please practice this. It comes with time, okay? It doesn't really come with memorization or anything like that. It's just pretty much repeating this every day, and I'm so happy to see many of you are doing that on a daily basis. So congratulations, guys. You're well on your way. Okay, let's start with our subject and predicate. So this one does not start with any adverb. We only have an article thus, so that means we got a simple sentence. And we're going to start with our subject. So we got candor and man. Okay, candor probably is an adjective describing men, so I'm going to circle our subject. And our predicate should be right next to it, and it is. Okay, now our second section has a dash. Candor standard uniform is a description, right, of something that was said before. Please go back to your punctuation lesson and see what the dash does. In this case, it's here for dramatic purposes, summarizing something that was said after a predicate. We'll worry about it once we get through the rest of the sentence. Next, we have another sentence that does not begin with a predicate, or with an adverb. So we're looking at an adjective. There, T-H-E-I-R, typically indicates a possessive. So we don't have to worry about that for now. And the next word right next to it is subject, faction. Okay? And our predicate is values. Okay? Now, we have something called a conjunction, and. Okay? Notice there is no comma to break up the sentence. That's because there is no express subject after and. We only have a predicate, and that predicate belongs to a subject, which is faction. So faction values and the faction sees. All right? Next, we have a sentence that does start with an adverb. So, okay? Now, so typically introduces something called a result clause. Okay, I'm going to write this down below so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Result clause. Okay, a result clause explains the result of what is happening before. So if you read the sentence, their action values honesty and sees the truth as black and white, with the result that the black suit and white tie is what they're wearing. Okay, so they wear black and white because they see the truth as black and white, and that is a result clause. So it's a wonderful contrast made by the author here for two sentences being put together. So remember, when you see so, that is an adverb. Okay, and it's the short version of saying with the result that it is what they wear. Hopefully that makes sense. We've already covered result clauses and purpose clauses. So when you have a sentence made up of two parts, typically you are dealing with a result with some kind of clause. And if it starts with an adverb, you're definitely got yourself some type of clause, whether it's temporal, purpose, or result. All right. Now that we got our subject and predicate set up, we can. Oh, actually, sorry, we don't. One more here after the so. So that, which is a subject, and we have a predicate is. Okay. Now, remember way back when we had the what again? That is what. What is the adverb, or sorry, it's the pronoun, the interrogative pronoun that is referring to that. Okay, this is known as an indirect statement or indirect question. So the direct question would be, what are they wearing? The answer is that is what they are wearing. In other words, an indirect question. So what in this case simultaneously modifies that, and it is also a subject of it's also the interrogative pronoun beginning in its own clause. So they and predicate where. So once again, not to confuse you, an indirect question, okay? Because the indirect question was, what are they wearing? The answer in an indirect question is already embedded. That is what they wear. We can even separate that to make it clear. With the result that this is what they wear. Okay, this is its own clause. This is known as an indirect question or an indirect clause here in the interrogative clause, and we have a result clause. Wow, two little sections, and everything is broken up in that way. We will be coming across this as we go, but just know that so and what, so being the adverb and what being an interrogative pronoun, introduce their own clauses. All right, last part here is figuring out all of the rest of the noun cases. So what does she wear? What does the Candor man wear? Suit. Okay. Black is the adjective describing the suit. With is a preposition because we're going to say with what? With a tie. Object of the preposition, and white is the adjective. Now, this part is describing pretty much the entire section here. Okay? So, in other words, what clause do you think this represents? If it's describing describing the direct object, it is a predicate nominative. The uniform is the predicate nominative. Candor, standard, is the adjective that describes the uniform. Okay, so again, describing this entire set of noun cases. Okay, but suit, what kind of suit? Black with a white tie is the candor, standard, uniform. Predicate nominative. All right, their, possessive, their faction. What does it value? Honesty. And sees, what does it see? The truth. As, okay, it's going to be a descriptive here, as what? Black and white, all predicate nominatives describing truth. And pretty much this has already been diagrammed. Okay, awesome. We got a few verbs today. Let's see what they are. We got candor, man, wear, so third person, singular, and we are back to our present simple, indicative. And we've got the next part, which is faction values. Once again, third person, singular, present simple, indicative. That is, again, third person, singular, present active, indicative. And they wear is third person plural, present simple indicative. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this challenge. It definitely started out very simple, as simple sentences do. You see a huge contrast between a simple sentence construction, which is the first part of our challenge, and then narrowing it down to a more complex clause construction. In this case, a result clause, and we have an indirect question, which is what they wear. So once again, thank you so much for watching. Please, if you are still writing and you're having difficulty, come and see me on Google Meet. I'm very eager to help you guys out to make sure that you get through those essays. And please be on the lookout this week for the conclusion, or how to write the conclusion video to finish off our essays. All right, take care, guys, and see you tomorrow. Bye.